Listen, I know we're all hurting. Last month, our beloved PlayStation VR mascot abandoned us. He told us he loved us, told us that we were the one. But in the end, we found out that he was just using us. He cheated on us, turned around, stabbed us in the back. Fuck you, Astro. I hate you. I hate you so much. It's been a hard couple of months for PSVR2 owners, hoping to see Astrobot return to our headset. Maybe he is, maybe he's not. But the fact remains, without Astrobot on PSVR2, we're all desperate for a fun third-person platformer in VR. Which means that Max Mustard, it couldn't have come along at a better time. When I first heard that Max was coming to us from Richie's Plank Experience developer Toast Interactive, I wasn't super hopeful. Richie's Plank Experience is exactly that, an experience, something you screw around with and film your friends falling into their TVs playing for 20 minutes when you first get your headset. Not really a game. In February's massively underwhelming Ben VR adventure proved to us that not just anyone can make a solid platformer. Thankfully, all my fears were put to ease the second I put my PlayStation VR2 headset on. The game looks great, and having played the Quest 3 version recently, this is a massive improvement. The colors pop more, the frame rate, which would hitch now and again on Quest, is a rock-solid 90 native here. Shadows look better, and the high-resolution, more colorful environments, next to the PSVR2's OLED panel, now stretch off way into the distance. Max animates well here too, and loves to look at you as she runs past your vision. People will complain about the only camera option being click turning, but during my entire time with Max Mustard I've barely ever had to use it, thanks to either just being able to turn my head, or the camera always being in the right place at the right time. And something you probably won't notice unless you're as sensitive to minute graphical stuff as I am. If you stop moving and just stare out at the world, it strangely fidgets a little bit, as if the environment can't quite sit still. I've mentioned this to the developers, and they are looking into it to see what might be causing it. The soundtrack is bouncy and upbeat and really sets the tone here. It's all very heroic. And thankfully, Max Mustard nails what matters most in a platformer, the controls. On level 1, you can run, jump, use your jetpack to hover, and wall jump, which is a decent moveset already. But over time, you'll use all of those coins that you've been collecting to buy power-ups at the store, allowing you to run faster, hover longer, do a spin attack, perform a Skiva smash, yeah, that's Skiva, and more. I love this type of progression that not only introduces new powers slowly and lets you get used to using them, but also makes you feel like a much stronger character at the end of the adventure than you did at the beginning. And while we're talking about the controls, I do need to say that Max responds really well. There's no input delay, and practically every death was my fault. Although it is worth noting that it's really easy to accidentally wall jump, which meant I learned to stay away from the walls unless I needed them. Plus the haptics here are awesome. It's like the developers took a page out of Animal Well's playbook and made the Sense controllers respond to even the simplest of actions, like jumping, collecting coins, and the vibrations from your jetpack, but they also respond to sliding down walls, and the headset even rumbles when you detonate explosive crates, adding so much more to the immersion. So in case you were wondering where the best place to play Max Mustard is, yeah, it's right here. But should you play Max Mustard at all is the bigger question. And my answer is a resounding yes, mostly because I had so much fun being in Max's charming little world, making sure I found all the collectibles and bought everything I could from the store. And despite adopting Astrobot Rescue Mission's extremely linear back-to-front level design, the levels vary enough, let you run far enough off to the left and right to make it interesting, and throw some fun mechanics at you, like platforms that disappear and reappear with every jump. Each of the 4 areas ends with a boss fight, and there's some good first-person stuff thrown in here too, with a plunger gun and a vacuum gun. Although I've gotta say, I just wish there was way more of this stuff. I even like the Mario 3 style map screen. There's just so much to fuck around with here. But for all of Max's charms, it only took me about 5 hours to finish, which leads me to my only serious complaint. There are challenging moments and I did die here and there, but overall, I expect most people to breeze through the entirety of Max Mustard with relative ease. I know it's a tricky thing to balance to make sure you're not making it too hard or too easy, but maybe forcing me to restart the level after 3 or 4 deaths would have helped. Or making the collectibles, which I found all of on my first attempt, a little harder to find. There aren't even any time trials that unlock after beating a level. Now, as a way more minor complaint, I have to say that I think there's a missed opportunity here. After every level, you get a letter from a fan or an upcoming boss, and nothing really happens with these. The PSVR2 trailer for Max Mustard ends with this letter saying, "He wants me to be like him, and I don't know how to stop it," which made me think that there could be some heartfelt tale told along the way. We talked a lot in Gamescast saying that Max isn't a visually interesting character, kind of like a mini April O'Neil with her yellow jumpsuit. But I was hoping that there'd be more to her than meets the eye, that her backstory or some kind of mystery would slowly unravel throughout the game. Listen, I don't need my platformers to have big epic stories, but it just seemed like Toast was setting up for something that never happened. Max Mustard might not have the challenge I was looking for, but it delivers on practically every other front. Charming visuals, music, refined controls, fun level design, first-person elements, and most importantly, it's just a fun game overall. But I hope this is just the beginning, because what I want for Max is so much bigger. More worlds, more gadgets, more bosses, more power-ups, and overall, a bigger and better sequel. But this is an awesome place to start. So while we might miss our old flame Astro, we've got a new girlfriend now, even if she is kind of a rebound fling. And her name is Max Mustard.